welcome to another Ryan Sports Views. Tonight I am predicting the CONCACAF Octagonal World Cup Qualifiers. From 8th place to 1st, we will go bottom to top. Tell you the team's chances of making the World Cup in Qatar in my eyes. And we will see how this turns out. But these are the predictions. Tomorrow the Octo starts. It's going to be a great run. I'll do a re-prediction halfway through after the November window, the 2-game window, and a little bit over halfway because there'd be 6 games left out of the 14, but you know what I'm saying. So first off, we'll start with 8th place. Panama, 0 wins, 0 draws, 14 losses, 0 points, 8 goals for, 37 goals against, minus 29 goal differential. Panama. Your team has regressed so much compared to everybody else in CONCACAF, even Costa Rica. But Panama and Costa Rica have been the teams that have regressed the most while everybody has progressed and built up. For me, Panama did not give me anything out of the Gold Cup, out of the first round, and the second round. I did not see anything special out of Panama. They did not make easy work out of their group. They did not make easy work out of Curacao. They didn't make easy work out of the Gold Cup. And they didn't even get to the knockout stages. Panama is toast. They honestly are. They have good young talent. But under Christensen, I don't think this is their year. They did get to one World Cup, 2018. Or they got to the last World Cup, I should say. But for me, I just don't see it for Panama. I think they hold lots of corn. I think they are the punching bags of this octagonal. Sometimes the games are closer than not, but I think they're pretty much out of it already. I don't think they should even be thinking about saving the Expedia website to even think about trying to get tickets. Panama is toast. And burnt toast at that. Not even good toast. Not even like just brown toast. Like burnt toast. Like toast to where you almost set the damn thing on fire. You'd be better off just sticking a fork in there if you want to burn the damn thing. You're toast. 7th place, Costa Rica. 2 wins, 0 draws, 12 losses, 6 points, 8 goals for, 34 goals against, minus 26 goal differential. Again, Costa Rica, they've pulled back. They have dissipated. They have regressed when everybody's progressed and strengthened and moved forward. Now, I think they are better than Panama. I still think they're old. I still think they need their players to, if they want any chance of even getting the 4th spot, their players need to have one last stand. One last Wild West style stand, like they're John Wayne. But they're not. They're not. They're not, and that's the point. Gold Cup, they didn't look convincing. They got owned by a B Team Canada that was starting to get deprived of players through injury and suspension, and Canada made them look like lunch meat. All right? If that was the A-Team Canada, they would have won 5-0. All right? That's where Costa Rica is. They're going to get owned by Mexico, owned by Canada, owned by the USA. I think Honduras, Jamaica, and El Salvador are all better. That's where it starts getting closer. They only beat Panama. Seriously. I think there will be closer games for Costa Rica, especially in Costa Rica. The games will be closer. They'll always get on the bad end of results, though, even if it's a late draw that gets turned into a late winner, or they just lose heartbreakingly. I think that's where they're going. Now, the record may not be absolute as long as they finish in that spot. But seriously, for me, I don't see Costa Rica doing much more than beating Panama. I don't. And getting close to wins and then just getting their heart pulled out like it's, what, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? Indiana Jones? Whatever movie that happened in? Yeah, just like that. Heart pulled out and shown to them. Kali Ma, right? Yeah, like that. For 12 games of the 14. Costa Rica is just it's not their time. Their golden generation is past. It's going to take a while to get back. And especially with everybody getting better, Canada, US, Mexico, Jamaica, Honduras, it's going to be tough. Now, you can build something for 2026 when there's 6 CONCACAF teams. And I think there'd be an extra one possibly through the playoffs. So at least 7. Maybe 8. I think that's possible. I think it's possible. But 6 at least. You could. You could. But then you'd have to pip at least El Salvador. I don't know. I don't think so. But 2026 is your next best chance. And that may be for a long while if you don't get it right. So, right now, 7th place in the Octo. So, sorry. El Salvador, 6th place. 6th place El Salvador, 5 wins, 0 draws, 9 losses, 15 points, 17 goals for, 20 goals against, -3 goal differential. El Salvador, I like the project they have under Hugo Perez. I love the project. But this isn't the time. This is where they start learning. This is where they take their licks. This is where they take their wallops. For me. This is where they take their shots. This is where they learn how to play in CONCACAF. They played well at the Gold Cup. They got to the Octagonal. They played well in the group. They did well against St. Kitts and Nevis, but they really should have beat them. There was no question they wouldn't have. For me, El Salvador, I like their project. I really do. I do. Alex Roldan, great. They have Tamakis, great. Eric Zavaleta somehow is a great class defender for El Salvador, but sucks for Toronto. That just is wrong. That just feels wrong. Okay? That just feels wrong. El Salvador's got a good team. And I think in 2026, they will be one of the 6, at least, CONCACAF teams to go to the 2026 World Cup in US, Mexico, Canada, the United World Cup. I think they'll be there. But here, no, you got to learn. You got to take your licks. And you got to eat. You got to eat some humble pie. Not humble pie, but you got to eat some doo-doo before you grow. So, this is a learning experience, but I love the talent. I love what they have. They're going to be a problem. They're going to be a problem. They'll get their wins, but they'll take their licks, and they'll take more licks than they get wins. But I like what El Salvador is doing. They have potential, and I like to watch what they do in this octagonal. They could do better. They could do worse, but I think they do pretty damn well under the circumstances. Even though it doesn't get them to top 4, I think they show a lot of power and a lot of growth that makes you sure they go to 2026, considering even with the 3 hosts, the 48 teams, there will be 3 more CONCACAF teams. You have the playoff. They should be in 2026 if everything goes to plan here, but not 2022. 6th place for El Salvador. 5th place, Jamaica, 6 wins, 1 draw, 7 losses, 19 points, 19 goals for, 23 goals against, -4 goal differential. The only reason you're here is the red list. All right? If there was no red list countries, if you had your full team, you'd be in 4th place. But I can't predict it right now that without the red list or with the red list, yes, 2 of the games you have your best players. Mexico, you don't. You got to get at least 6 points. If you do get 6 points out of this window, you may be fine. I do think that the red list will be pulled. Now that I think about it, it won't. Because I think they're doing the red list thing to make sure it's known before the African Cup of Nations. Only because Premier League teams don't want to send their African players to the African Cup of Nations. So they're going to use this as like, hey, the red list is a thing. And then use it in January. So maybe the March window, maybe the last window, every game has your best players. But as it stands, if you want any chance to get 4th place, you got to get 6 points in this window. And I think you can, but you got to be perfect. And you have to play a great way. You could get 1 off of Mexico and just defend for your life and get 7. That would be great. or 5. That would be great. But for me, that red list, it's just something I can't get behind, saying you'll still get 4th anyway. And you're only missing out on goal differential, by my count. Sadly. By my count. Some of the away games are going to be hard. At home, I think you'll do just fine. Topo Whitmore, without your best English-based players, he is clueless. He is absolutely clueless. Topo Whitmore is clueless. I cannot, in good conscience, if you had your English-based players for all 14 games, even though you'd still have to do some rotation because of the schedule congestion, I would give you a better chance and maybe actually put you in 4th. But knowing that you're going to have to do with MLS and local players and non-English players for a good amount of the games, at least half as it is, I would have to say Tapa's clueless. It's going to be like the Gold Cup. You're going to be severely disappointed. And I hate to say it, but you needed Paul Hall. You should have changed out Tapa for Paul Hall. But if you do not qualify even for 4th place, which I still think you can. I'm not saying you can't. But you got to be perfect. You got to do it the right way. You got to be on point. You can't give up points. You can't give up results. You have to fight for results. This is going to be a grind for Jamaica. I'm not saying you can't. As I said, I have you missing on goal differential, the 4th spot. Just barely by a cat's whisker. Just barely. I don't trust Topo Whitmore. I don't. But if you do not qualify for 4th place in the playoff, Tapa gets sacked. If you do not win that playoff, he gets sacked. I have to say, he has to go. He has to go. I do not trust Topo Whitmore. I don't. I just can't. I don't. He's clueless. He has no tactics. He needs to go. It should be Paul Hall right now. But hey, there you go. So, Jamaica in 5th. I think they still have a chance for 4th. They'll miss out on goal differential, but it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. And 4th place, the team who will go to the Intercontinental Playoff. They have not drawn who they would play, but they would go to the Intercontinental Playoff. Honduras. 6 wins, 1 draw, 7 losses, 19 points, 19 goals for, 19 goals against, 0 goal differential. Honduras has the experience to take advantage of the red list and take advantage of the fact that Jamaica will be down and out at times. And I think Honduras, if you go to San Pedro Sula, you piss your pants, all right? I should know about San Pedro Sula. Those words still put a chill down my spine. It does. I don't like San Pedro Sula. Now, Canada will beat Honduras tomorrow. I guarantee you that. But that's at BMO Field. Do I think they could get a result at San Pedro? Should they win? Yes. But if we lose, would I be shocked? No. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. Because it's San Pedro Sula. But as I'm saying, San Pedro Sula is the house of horrors in CONCACAF. If you told me I had to pick a stadium where you have to win or you die, as in my team plays and if they lose I die, I'm picking Azteca. If you had to give me the 2 choices, San Pedro Sula or Azteca, I'd fancy my chances in the Azteca. No. San Pedro Sula? Hell no. That's like the house of horrors. Jeez, no. All right? Teams have harder time winning in San Pedro than the Azteca. I'm not afraid of the Azteca. San Pedro, if you know, you know, all right? I'm not afraid of the Azteca. If you really know, you're afraid of San Pedro, not the Azteca. But that is what it is. Honduras is a tough team. They have great players. They have a lot of experience. Romel Kyoto, Maynor Figueroa, Davy Flores. They have Lopez in goal. I like what they have. Jerry Bankston still on the bench. He's been around for a long time, Jerry Bankston. I like what Honduras has, and I think they're a very good team. And they also have some youth coming through. They were at the Olympics. They did okay. I would say I like the youth coming through for Honduras. They have talent. They have experience. I think they're in a good space to finish 4th. Nothing more, Nothing less. Maybe 5th, but as I said, they should be in around 5th and 4th, okay? Honduras has the power, has the experience, has a good coach. I like what Honduras has. They have the House of Horrors by their side at home. I guarantee you they're probably only going to lose, what, 1 game at San Pedro? Maybe even a draw. I wouldn't be shocked if they're perfect there. For me, Honduras is 4th. I like what I see from them. 3rd place, the United States. 11 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss, 35 points, 31 goals for, 13 goals against, plus 18 goal differential. Now, let me preface this. All the top 3 teams are separated by goal differential. Nothing more, nothing less. They're all on 35 points, but you'll see. United States, I like what they're doing. They are the kings of CONCACAF right now. Honestly, they're going to beat everybody else besides Canada and Mexico. Canada, Mexico, and the U.S. are going to beat up on each other, and that's where the goal differential comes into play. They beat everybody else in my eyes. I do not see... Now, there could be banana peels, but I am so certain that U.S., Canada, Mexico, the only problems for each other are going to be against each other. All right? That's what I say. And they're going to just pop goals past everybody, whether it's home and away. Now, it'll be a lot closer away. I think if you looked at the away splits, the goal differential there will probably be closer. The home splits is where they get most of their goal differential. But the USA has a good team. I like what they have. They have the European-based players back. They have Pulisic, Reyna. Pulisic won't play their first game because of the COVID diagnosis, but he'll be somewhere in this window. Reyna, who I actually think is better than Pulisic. Matt Turner should honestly be the U.S.'s starter. I think they'll do that. I honestly do. They should, if they know any better. Ethan Horvath, if you don't want to go with Matt Turner, but if Zach Steffen starts, that's a mistake. I mean, I know it won't be that big of a mistake, but let's be honest, you know. Matt Turner's better than both, and Ethan Horvath is better than Steffen at this point. That's the truth. That's the truth. Sebastian Lletget looking pretty good. You have a good amount of strikers. Ricardo Pepi. You have Sibachu just on the player pool. Sibachu, Pepi. You have Josh Sargent, who I think is trash, but we won't get into that one. You have Zardes. You have Giacchini, who looked good in the Gold Cup. You have DK. You have Hoppy. They have a lot of strikers, and it's a good amount of strikers. Like, anybody but Josh Sargent, even Jossie Zardes, I would believe in if I'm a U.S. fan. I like what the U.S. is doing. They look great. They only miss out on 2nd and 3rd by goal differential, but they easily qualify for Qatar. 3rd place, United States. 2nd place, Canada. 11 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss. That one to Mexico at the Azteca. Wait, no. No, yeah. 35 points, 34 goals for, 10 goals against, plus 20 goal differential. Canada. They're going to Qatar. There's no question about it. If you want to question it, I'm fine if you're sleeping. That's fine. Don't. All right? Listen to me. All right? Canada is the strong team. This is their best team. Davies, David, Laren, Eustachio, Buchanan, Larea, Osorio, Crepeau. Honestly should be the starter, as I said, but I don't know. Borean, but Crepeau should be the starter. You have Atiba Hutchinson. You have Piet. You have Mark-Anthony Kaye. It's an amazing team. It's a strong team. And the depth that they had at the Gold Cup shows me that even rotating, this team is a force to be reckoned with when they have to rotate. Canada is awesome. They are high-powered, high-velocity, just boom, 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 boom. Let me use a hurricane reference because I can, because I'm a hurricane guy, all right? Let's say Canada has rapidly intensified over the past 2 years from a tropical storm to a Category 5 hurricane barreling down the coasts of all these countries. First, it's going to hit Honduras. Then it's going to hit the United States. Then it's going to hit El Salvador. Turn around. Jamaica, Mexico. Boom, 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 boom. It's a Cat 5. You can't stop it. All right? I know that was, yeah, I'll use it. Canada went from tropical storm to a Category 5 hurricane in 2 years flat. You could have stopped it before. You can't stop it now. I'm not going to name any names of hurricanes because I'm going to piss somebody off if I actually name hurricanes and be like, Canada's like so-and-so. I'm not going to do it, all right? I'm not. That would be insensitive. But actually, Hurricane Emily, even though I lived through that one, that would probably be insensitive. That would be insensitive too. And that was actually a Cat 4 when it made landfall in Cancun. I saw the damage. I walked around when I was 5. After it was done, I went out and walked past the damage in Cancun when Hurricane Emily hit. All right? I would probably name my first daughter Emily because of that. I know I'm weird. All right? Good. We know that though, right? Right. Okay. We know that, right? Okay. Okay. Good. But I saw the damage of that storm, so no, I'm not even going to do that. I'm not even going to do that. But as I'm saying, Canada's basically a Category 5 hurricane now. You can't stop them. You can't. You can only knock them down. You can't stop them. Maybe an eye wall replacement cycle here and there. Mexico. But other than that, Canada is amazing. They're unstoppable. Hyper. Rapid intensification. They're a good team. Canada's going to finish second. I don't know why I went off on that tangent. I don't care, okay? Yeah, that sort of went off the rails. But that's what we do here, all right? And then finally, first place. You know who it is. Mexico, 11 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss, 35 points, 38 goals for, 12 goals against, plus 26 goal differential. Mexico, what else do I have to say? They're going to want to prove something, all right? They're going to want to prove that they are still strong and dominant. And I think they will. Mexico's a good team. They should beat everybody else. The USA and Canada, I think they'll have some bad results against them. I think they'll lose to the USA. I think they'll draw the USA in the Azteca, and I think they will draw Canada at BMO or wherever they play in Canada. I think Canada's going to draw Mexico. I don't think they're going to beat them, but I think they'll have a better goal differential. I think they'll really pad their stats against the bottom teams, which helps them. I don't think they're that much stronger than the USA or Canada. I still think they're better teams on paper, but Mexico's good at stat padding, at least when they used to be great against the really bad teams, like the bottom 3. And I think that's what's going to happen, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe they do finish second or third on goal differential. As I said, the only thing separating US, Canada, and Mexico when I did the table calculator and set up for this video was goal differential. Maybe Canada has a better goal differential. Maybe the US does too. Maybe Mexico's third, but they all qualify for Qatar easily, okay? Mexico's still strong. Canada, USA, they all should qualify easily. The real fight is 4th place. That's the real fight. And honestly, that's Honduras, Jamaica. Maybe El Salvador has a chance. A slight chance. But honestly, Honduras, Jamaica. And then we'll see if they win their playoff, whoever gets 4th. We could have 4 CONCACAF teams in Qatar, and honestly, I would bet on it. But for me, Mexico finishes first. So with that said, those are my predictions for the Octagonal. I think we all can agree to some extent. So there you go. With that said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. First off, check out my Patreon. $5, $10, or $20 a month. Anything's appreciated. Help support the channel. It'd be awesome if you do. Also support by subscribing, commenting, liking, putting this in playlists. And also, if you're here from Dominic Rich's channel or Ryan LFC's channel, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you subscribe. Put a lot of work in this week before the World Cup qualifiers and for the qualifiers. So I hope you're here. I hope you enjoy it. I'm happy to see you here if you hear from there. And enjoy it. And then tomorrow I have a live watch-along in RSR for Honduras versus Canada. Of course we do. It's going to be a good one. And hopefully throughout these next 2 days I could get to the 4,000 watch hours and then apply for partnership. And then mid-September I could start getting super chats and all that. So Let's go. We're this close, okay? It's about to be something, all right? I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later.